answer here. Brother Imran says, when impurity touches a furniture, such as a sofa, how to clean it up? Whenever the impurities is in the form of liquid, then it goes through the tissues of an object. It must be washed, if it is possible, such as washing a sheet, a rug, a carpet, and you can then dry it up using a vacuum cleaner or sucking the moisture and the water through the vacuum. And this is from the hadith when the Prophet ﷺ ordered the companions not to interrupt the Bedouin who started urinating in the masjid. So he ordered them, he said, لا تهزموا لا تقطعوا عليه بولته. Do not frighten him and do not interrupt him. Let him finish. Then afterward he said, pour on his urine هريقوا عليه ذنوبا من ماء أو دلوا من ماء, a bucket of water, because the soil which was made of sand and pebbles would absorb the water along with the impurities. And this is how he managed to clean up this impurity, which is the urine. But in a place where it is not furnished with sand and pebbles, rather it is a carpet or a rug, it must be washed. If it is separate, it can be removed and washed and dried, because the impurities were in the form of liquid. If it is in the form of a solid impurity, it will be removed. Then we remove any traces of the impurities. You don't have to wash the entire thing. In the case of a mattress or a sofa, it becomes very complicated because it's hard, especially if the mattress does not have separate, if the sofa does not have separate cushions. Rather, it's all built in. In this case, what you can do is use a sponge soaked in water and soap. Then you clean up the sofa impurities on the sofa with the water and the soap on the sponge. Then you absorb it again using the sponge to the best of your ability. Obviously, you cannot go through the entire cushion, but to the best of your ability. You need to keep in mind that there is a difference between purifying an object that you offer the prayer against, or you just simply sit on and use. I will explain that after this call, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. I want to finish what I started off explaining the difference between an object that has impurities which you may use to pray on or against, like a prayer rug, a janamaz, a carpet in the masjid, because in this case it should not keep or maintain any form of impurities, because one of the prerequisites of the validity or for the validity of the prayer is taharatul mahal, that the place in which you're offering the prayer must be tahir, pure. But in the case of the mattress, you don't pray on the mattress, you don't pray on the sofa, but you sit on it, and you don't want any impurities in the form of liquid or moisture soil your clothes, which again, one of the prerequisites for the validity of the prayer is taharatu al-badan, and also taharat, the purity of the one's body and one's clothes. So the purity of the body, the clothes, and the spot on which you're offering the prayer are all required for the prayer to be valid. Because of that, and since we don't pray on the mattress, we don't pray on the sofa, and it is extremely hard, maybe impossible, to wash the whole sofa, it will be simply enough to clean to the best of your ability the superficial part. Then dry it up with the vacuum cleaner, with a dryer, so that it does not have any source of moisture, which is as a result of the urine, for instance, or the impurities that you mentioned earlier.